Devil's Cry stuck in my head. It's not good. None of this is good.
I have chicken wings stuck in my mouth.
That does sound good. That sounds pretty solid. Well, not really solid. Probably more like chewy, I imagine.
My mom came up with 2 pieces of pizza and chicken wings for me. I was like, yay.
You know, I look back on when we were first doing, like, recording, like, when we did fucking, Worms Let's Plays and shit, and my mum came up at one point and just handed me a plate of spaghetti bolognese, and I'm like, yeah, okay, this is pretty good. Yeah, that was weird and uncomfortable at the time, but I look back on it and I'm like, someone made food for me. That's a nice feeling.
Yeah, it is.
So, podcast. Hi, everybody. How's it going?
Chicken wings. I finished them.
Was it like barbecue chicken wings or just like regular?
They're barbecue. I love barbecue chicken wings.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
There's I was gonna go grab some more, but then you started the podcast, so
Yeah, I do that. I'm an asshole like that.
now we're here.
Yeah.
Ugh.
It's unfortunate, like, Domino's have this, like, chicken mix box, which is, like, the chicken goujon things and the, kickers, which are the spicy ones, little chunks, like chicken nuggets, and also just chicken wings. But you have to have a regular chicken wings. You can't get the barbecue ones. That kind of sucks.
What are you talking about? I get the barbecue ones all the time.
Yeah, but it's part of this deal where it's all just a bunch of different shit in one box.
I'm not aware of that.
Yeah. It's pretty good. Decent value for money. As long as you don't want, like, one of the other deals, because that's never part of them, because they hate putting chicken in deals for some reason. I don't know why. It sucks. So, I'm here. Present and stuff. Hi.
I am here as well. I am Zero.
We're all Zero.
That is Casey. Patient. Yeah. Code Geass. I like Code Geass.
Yeah, I imagine so. I, in fairness, there's 1,001 different things that your name could come from, but Patient is kind of here.
The name comes from the Mega Man series. Mega Man X.
Oh, right. That lame version of Zero.
Hey, when I made my Xbox Live gamer tag, I was like, I guess this is what I'm stuck with. Yeah, Patient is here. He'll be joining us shortly.
He's working on stuff.
Meanwhile, it's been a pretty crazy week.
Yeah.
You know, I think it's been pretty crazy with everything that's been happening. You know.
Oh shit.
IRL.
Yeah. I'm gonna be honest. I watched that thing like a hawk all week, and then as soon as it was pretty much over, I just stopped. It's slipped out of my mind, and I can't be happier about that.
Yeah. There's all that election stuff that happened.
Yeah, that's all. Whew. That was exhausting.
Yeah, it was, but it seems like democracy will prevail.
Yep.
People throwing around conspiracy theories that have no weight or evidence behind them is kind of,
Yeah, it's
awful, but that happens every time, I feel like. It's a bit worse this time, I will admit.
Yeah, there's a big difference with, the loser questioning every single state that he didn't win, and shouting about how corrupt and against him all of these election counting measures were, and half of these states that he's complaining about are run by Republicans, and
And
they're
all the
all just
loss
like, "What the fuck are you talking about? Shut up!"
and all the lawsuits he's filed at least 10 so far. Each one of them has failed.
Yep.
Um, yeah. So, congratulations to Joe Biden for the presidency. Um, it's nice to have somebody who can type in a mode that is not just all caps
Oh,
on
God.
Twitter.
It. People were making fun when he gave his first speech after it was confirmed that yeah, he totally won, and it was like all calm and measured and respectful, and talk about like he's a president for all Americans, like even the ones that didn't vote for him. And he didn't shout, and he didn't rant, and he didn't cast aspersions on his opponent or anything like that. And it was like, wow, that was super fucking weird. I don't know what to do with a speech like that. He didn't talk shit about anyone. Ugh. And it was joking, but yeah, yeah, 100%. It's fucking weird because that's where we are now. But yeah, duh.
It it's been a wild ride, but now we can actually listen to some scientists and do some stuff. It's sad that that's why I go to is that now we can listen to scientists.
Yeah.
But that's the absolute state of things. Don't mean to get political in our first intro, but it is
Oh,
a
yeah.
thing that has been impacting the entire week.
Yeah. Let's be real. Well, it's been a sort of couple of months where we can't not political, just because it's been too important. You can't ignore everything that's going on in the world right now because that's all that's going on in the world right now. So,
Yeah.
but it has been tiresome. But it's all over but the singing, as far as anyone can tell. So that's a plus. Feels almost like turning a corner. Almost. We haven't actually, but, you know.
Progress. I like progress.
Yeah. Like, someone on the Discord asked me, because, I'm British, obviously. You can tell by my very incredibly British accent that sounds kind of American the more I talk about how British I am. But they asked why I'm even following the election. And yeah, that shit is important globally. And
Yes.
my first example was, imagine if the pandemic was handled better in America so they didn't have millions of people getting the virus and thus spreading it to every other country even more, because you are a global hub of economics and culture and business. So people travel to and from America a lot.
Yes.
So, yeah, everything you do and everything you don't do kind of has a knock-on effect on the rest of the world. So, yes, it is de facto incredibly important for the entire world. Who runs your country?
We are big on the world. Yeah, we are big on the world stage, and yeah. I feel like for the last 4 years, our position there has been awful, and we like. There's been a lot of sympathy going out towards us for Americans in general, not for the fact that we've had to deal with the person in charge. And there's been a lot of laughing, I feel.
Been a lot of laughing. I still remember the time he gave a speech in front of the United Nations and they laughed at his bullshit. Because he treated it like it was going to be a crowd of what, like one of his rallies, and it was not. They laughed in his fucking face, and it was beautiful.
Well, you know what? He had that recent press conference at the Four Seasons Landscaping.
Right next to an adult bookstore. There was probably a copy of Kissing Corona sitting in that bookstore.
Right next to a crematorium and a dildo shop.
Oh, God. In fairness, that wasn't his press conference. That was Rudy Giuliani's press conference. So that was
his campaign's press conference.
Yeah, and they learned that he lost at that press conference.
It's like they called it. Biden won. It's like, who called it? What network? All the networks. Oh, all the networks. Wow.
Right.
And it's just
because
I could
the networks decide the next president. No, the courts decide the next president. No, fuck Muppet. The voters decide the next president. That's what you're supposed to.
The networks just report on the winner.
Yeah.
And I could feel some Xbox 360, Xbox Live gamer salt with a wow. Oh, toxic. I watched. Speaking of Rudy Giuliani, I saw the Borat sequel.
Okay.
Where they actually faked an interview with Rudy Giuliani, with this young actress being the fake actress, and her goal is to try to, for the glory of Kazakhstan, become a gift or a wife for one of the people in power in the U.S. And got into a room alone with Rudy Giuliani, and he was rather inappropriate. And immediately with the person who was sent to just interview him.
What a shock.
And that's somehow the second most embarrassing thing that happened to him this month.
It's a strange world at the moment. Who knows at this point?
Yeah. But hey, we're here. We're moving forward.
Yeah.
I mentioned, I saw that movie. My week's been a bit tumultuous, I suppose. My grandpa's been in the hospital for a while now. He's old, very old.
Yeah.
Multiple sort of health issues. They don't know the proper way to treat him, and they're trying out different things, but they are kind of running out of avenues to go there. I did get to go see him earlier this week, which was nice, and I had a nice conversation with him. My aunt and cousin flew up from SoCal and got to, talk with them and hang with my cousin. We played Smash Brothers. My brother came up, played Smash Brothers all together. And I just want to say, boy, does it suck playing against somebody who, really likes to play Mario in Smash Bros. It's just he specifically trained just so he could do the side aerial to dunk you. And I'm just like, stop, please. Please stop. Please stop. There goes this. I was able to win, quite a few times. But just blam, blam, blam. I haven't played this game in so long.
No, what are
uh,
you doing? I don't understand this. It's my turn to play. It's my turn.
with my main, I was able to usually beat him out. And I also realized that I'm surprisingly good with King K. Rool in Smash. Like surprisingly, I don't I don't know how to feel about that, but it's fun going and planting planted a dumbass tree with his grab.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Aside from all of that, um, let's see. I don't think I. Gosh, was it earlier this week that they did the Nintendo thing, or was that last week? That was probably last week
I don't know.
because they showed off a bunch of they had like a partner direct a while ago where they showed off the different
Well, I mean, we didn't
games and
record
stuff.
last week anyway, so.
Right. Okay. So like No More Heroes 1 and 2 are on the Switch now. HD remasters,
Okay.
which is really, really good. I recommend them. They're on sale right now. Don't know how much longer they'll be on sale. Uh No More Heroes 3 is coming out next year. I really like that series.
You do you.
Also, oh, thank you.
That's just one of the series that I'm just not ever going to get into, I don't think.
That's fair.
I feel like the humor of it was of its time. I probably really wouldn't get into it now.
That's also fair. It's the sort of thing where if the humor doesn't appeal to you, you're not likely to want to keep playing it. To be fair, I haven't touched those games in a long time, so I don't know if the humor still applies to me.
Might do. Who knows?
But hey, it was pretty good series of games. I'm excited for the third one when that drops. That Borat movie, by the way, the whole premise was it's a very stupid movie, but the premise is that in order to get Kazakhstan in the U.S.'s good graces, Borat has to go to the U.S. and give a tribute to Donald Trump or to but he kind of has to go like, well, we can't give it directly to President Trump, so we'll give it to Michael Pence, and he's gonna deliver this famous monkey actor who then gets who then dies in transport because Borat's daughter had hidden away in a crate and ate the monkey. Well, she was traveling.
Okay.
It's a and things go from bad to worse. It's just a bunch of pranks, and I don't know. I enjoyed it. It's a stupid movie.
Yeah. I mean, Borat is, Sacha Baron
Um,
Cohen is, yeah.
watch some anime as well.
Yeah.
There's another Crunchyroll original for the manhwa Noblesse, because recently
Oh,
Crunchyroll's been doing this thing called Crunchyroll Originals, where they use a animation studio of their own to animate stuff like Tower of God, God of High School, and now Noblesse, of these really famous manhwas that don't normally
I
get a chance to get animated.
I remember Noblesse. We watched Noblesse. That was a fun one.
Sorry, was that you cut out for me?
We watched Noblesse as part of Reflux. It was a fun one.
No, not Noblesse. Noblesse just came out.
No, there
Did
was
it?
like an OVA series.
Oh, right.
Yeah, it's
No,
like
no, this is
the
a
vampire dude and there's like a werewolf dude and they fight and there's blood magic and shit. It was cool.
right. Yes, this is the official anime, and it looks really, really nice. Um, yeah, I highly recommend it. It was no, patient. The final boss is named Jasper, that junior. Not
Not the other
not
thing.
not not that other thing that you typed. But I can understand how some people may make up that nickname for the character. Nobody likes that final boss.
Just gonna Google. Okay, that's not the thing. Well, alright, the first result is a book, I think. Yeah. And the second is Bowser Jr., so that's,
Yes.
Yeah, there's a bunch of nicknames, and that is one of them. Also, one I literally can't say. Because it's got a hard N in it. Alright.
Oh,
Yeah, that's...
that's no bueno.
He's the turtle N word, is what he is, apparently. Alright, just gonna move past that. What were you talking about, Zero?
Anyway, Noblesse is good.
Yes, that. Noblesse. Yep.
Was
Vampires.
yeah, vampires and stuff. It's cool. Um, let's see. Really, it's been most of my week's been concerned with my my grandpa and his current state, and on top of that, all these elections and everything. It's been a tough week. So I'm here now. I'm feeling much better than I was earlier this week, but I'm here now. That's it for my week, I think. There's nothing else I can really add or elaborate on.
Cool. My week has election, as mentioned. It's a thing. Talked about it. It's fine. Sorted. What else did I do? I started another game that has been on my list. Hooray. It is called... Shit, what's it called? Hard Space Shipbreaker.
Okay.
It is a game where you work for a gigantic, faceless, cyberpunkian-style corporation that basically runs a lot of shit. Like, space travel is sort of their bread and butter, and engineering of spaceships and salvaging and deconstructing spaceships, which is what your new job is. You are put $1 billion in debt to get this job because, corporate autocrats and stuff. And your job is to take apart ships, salvage their most valuable parts, strip down all of the bodywork, and transport it to processing. And try not to die while doing it because you're doing it in space.
This is actually a really interesting premise for a game.
Yeah, because that's how, spaceships, generally speaking, once they're in space, you don't want them to come down planet side again. Because putting them back in space is a whole expensive thing. Is how it would actually work in a hard sci-fi setting. So yeah,
It's in early access.
it is an early access title. It just recently had an update. It's pretty cool so far. An alternate title for it would be "Why Am I Exploding?" It happens on occasion. It's
Did you accidentally cut the red wire?
okay. So there's a few ways I found out that you can die. One, the first thing that they want you to learn how to do is take out the power core of a ship. So
Yes.
they advise you to make as clean a path out of the ship as you possibly can. The reason for that is the second you take out that power core, it is going to spark like a motherfucker. And it will kill you if you're still holding it. So,
Okay.
yeah.
Hot potato.
So the first thing you want to do for that sort of thing is usually take out all of the outer plating and stuff. So you have a direct line between the power core and the barge that you use to store all of the valuable equipment. There is a tether system. You put one tether on the power core, the other one on the barge, and it'll just drag it out and put it where you need it to go, and you don't even have to touch it. Fucking great. Good stuff. Other things are fuel lines.
Oh.
It is fairly easy to not notice that a fuel line still has fuel in it, even though they are very clearly marked that they do so. If you cut the connecting points in a fuel line while it still has fuel in it, your cutter is a laser, and but bad things happen if you do that. Other bad things that can happen are there are because the ships don't come already depressurized. The first thing you have to do is, if you want things to be intact and in one piece and not kind of exploded and shattered by explosive decompression, you have to go into the ship through the airlock, find the decompression button, grab onto the wall first, and sort of magnet with your hands on the hull of the ship, and then hit the button. Because the second you hit that fucking button, everything is going to try and escape through the nearest hole in the ship. Which, because these are salvage ships, they have holes in them that will be bad for you. They explicitly warn you, if you don't hold on, there is a good chance you will be ripped through a 1 centimeter gap. Yeah.
Ow. I guess that's how the sausage is made.
Yeah.
Oof.
And the other way you can die, and the only way I've actually died, to be clear, as I mentioned, there are these processors and furnaces that you can put the more standard material stuff in. Like, you get the expensive components and those go in the barge, but then you have, like, just, the big carbon plating on the hull of the ship that you can just cut off and just chuck in a processor, and it'll just cut it down, and you get money for it. Those things, quite conveniently, because you're going to throw a lot of stuff in there, and it is not especially accurate with your throwing, because it's space and it's hard, they have a bit of a gravity well in them. So you can just chuck things at them, and it'll basically end up going in there, eventually, as long as it gets close. Bad thing to do is to chuck a giant section of hull piece at the thing, and then realize after the fact, oh shit, there is a gigantic fuel canister in there that I need to pull out. Shit, wait, no, come back. Gravity thing, nope, I missed. Fuck, chase it down, fuck. That's when I found out that yes, the gravity well does in fact work on you too. And, yeah.
Like, this sounds like there's a lot you need to learn about how these systems are supposed to work, how you're supposed to properly go through the order of these things.
Yep.
But I imagine once you get that done, it's pretty methodical.
A little bit. There are wrinkles, like, there are different ship designs, so everything is not always in the same place. So there's a bit of experimentation trying to find the right thing in each
A
model
little bit of
ship.
a puzzle element then.
Yeah. Uh, and there are things like it's not always consistent what the different functions of the ship are. Like, I have been on ships where there was no fuel in the fuel lines, so it was all very easy to just get rid of and make it quick and dirty and just do it. I have been on ships where there were fuel lines in places where there were not fuel lines before. That can be a problem on occasion.
Got it. So you got to be consistently careful.
Yeah, you have to. You gradually learn what you're doing, and it doesn't start you like in the deep end. You start with a tiny ship and stuff, and it just tells you bit by bit how to cut it apart. But as you learn, it gives you more difficult things and more complicated ships to deal with. And you do have to pay attention, learn the basic lessons, and then just figure it out from there, because they tend to be quite different, in my experience so far. And I'm not that far in. Like, I think I'm in class 3 of like 6 in ship size. So I'm still on the little ships.
Then you get into the big honking ships, and then
Yeah, and one of the things that they added in the latest update was what are called ghost ships, which are ships that the company just kind of found. They don't know whose they were. They're pretty sure they're not from any of the companies that actually exist. They were just kind of drifting on the edge of the system. But fuck it, because the laws are bullshit, they can just salvage those ships too and just send them your way. So they have a fun little function that is called an AI core. Artificial intelligences are illegal in Earth governments and, corporatocracies.
yeah.
So you need to get rid of these AI cores. And not just because they're illegal, also because they will fuck with you. Like, you will go in through the airlock, and if you aren't careful, they will open the airlock on you.
Yeah, okay. That's kind of, you got your enemies.
Yeah, so that's it's a pretty fun game.
It sounds pretty fun. You're selling me on it.
Yeah, I'm having a good time with it. It is still in pretty early access. Like, they're still building this from the ground up. This is sort of like it's a playable game. There is plenty of content in it, but you can still see all of the room for growth and improvement and additional
Yeah.
features that they can put in.
So, like, it looks pretty already as well, just like graphically. So I imagine that as they keep adding on to it, you'll get bigger and bigger ships, probably new tools and stuff that you can use.
Yep, it's pretty good so far. Yeah, like there is a whole upgrade mechanic for, like, if you do the exact things that the company wants you to do, they'll give you credits that you can use to upgrade your equipment and eventually buy it outright, because at the start you're renting it. So every time you go out, they will take a chunk of your paycheck out with it for using their equipment.
Right.
Yeah, corporatocracy. Yeah. So that's a fun game. I'm enjoying it greatly. It's a nice way to spend some time. New stuff coming out next week. Yay. Genshin Impact gets a big update next week on the 11th.
Oh yeah, they are.
Yep.
Right. On the day before my brother's birthday. And right it's right on Skyrim Day, guys.
Yeah. 11111 dots. Tobuscus reference. That's a fucking. Oof. That's a thing to just pop into my head. All right. Yeah, so that's gonna be cool. It's gonna open a whole huge new region that's kind of in the middle between the two ones we already have. It's
Yeah.
basically filling in the rest of Liyue as a country, which is interesting because one of the collectibles is basically, hey, this is the collectible for this country, and all of them are already there on that map that we have already. So I'm not sure what they're going to do with that sort of thing for this new region.
I'm thinking perhaps they could have because it's right next to both regions. Maybe additional collectibles for both regions.
But
Um,
that's the thing. It's set so like that collectible is designed for to be applied to each god. Like that's the thing. Like one of
hmm.
them is for air, and you can upgrade that statue to level 10, and it'll give you a bunch more stuff. And you can do the same thing for earth, for leeway, and that also goes up to 10, and it's already finished. You
I'm
can
like
get it up to 10
five. I'm
immediately.
like five away to getting one of them to 10.
I'm
But
three away from leeway being done. But that's
it's
also
it's
a thing
very.
that they're gonna update too. Is there's gonna be an item that lets you find those easier.
Oh, thank goodness.
Yeah.
That's really infuriating.
So I've been
But
waiting for that before I try and find the last few.
like I think they can also, if they want to keep doing collectibles, do a unique collectible with a like a merchant or something that you can trade that in for stuff as just like a bonus thing.
I mean, they do that already with the sigils, but yes.
Well, yeah, but like maybe a little bit more valuable than the sigils and what it can get you. I don't know. I have
Yeah, I
no
have
idea.
no idea. I'm interested to find out. Hope it's good stuff.
They haven't really said a lot on what's going to be there. They've shown the characters, and I I like the characters. They seem fun.
Yeah, it's going to be the second half of the Leeway story. So
I haven't really started the Leeway story. Uh,
it's
so
unsatisfying so far. But,
so hey, yay! I can look forward to a more satisfying one once I actually start the Leeway story.
yeah, there's a big bang as it opens, and then it just kind of you run around shopping for most of it.
I'd like a character side quest that I have to do before that because that character is just like this character can't participate in the main story because they're doing something else somewhere else. So I guess I gotta go do that quest now.
I'm not sure who that would be.
Water guy, with the
Uh,
water swords.
Shincho?
I think that's his name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm.
Or
I don't. I
no.
haven't seen him in the main plot.
Jin Q.
Yeah,
Jin,
Shincho.
yeah. No. You get a quest, and apparently one character was not where they were supposed to be due to his quest being active. So it wouldn't let me progress.
I think I know who that might be. Yes, I think so.
So yeah.
Okay.
Hmm.
Yeah.
But yeah. Uh, Genshin's pretty good. Looking forward to that.
Yeah.
They're also going to be probably either this week or probably next week um, doing the Fate Go Christmas rerun. It's happening.
Yep.
Yay. Padoru Padoru.
It's I'm gonna be happy to see Christmas Attila the Hun again. That's gonna be cool.
I'm going to be happy to try to roll for more copies of Arashika Girl.
I enjoy her Christmas mustache.
It is a very good Christmas mustache. I apparently the Christmas event for just fake this year round, the new one, not the rerun. There's gonna be lots of tag team matches for the exhibition quests where it's your character and then one support character.
Hmm.
So sure,
Yeah, okay. Sure, why not?
I'll try that gimmick.
Hmm. And of course, the lottery for that whole thing
Yes,
is going to be a thing.
all of the apples are saved.
Well, what's left after Guildfest?
I have spent no apples since Skillfest.
I did because I didn't play for a while during the Oniland thing, and I needed to finish it.
I did not fully finish it. I got shooting NP5, but that was about it.
All right, that's me done though. Aside from
All right.
I did listen to some Persona mix stuff. Like, just I have a playlist of a bunch of Persona covers and stuff. That's kind of cool, I guess. I don't really know how to
Yeah.
link it, but it's fine.
I've been slowly adding music from Dash into just my phone because I saw a VTuber play Muse Dash and then I wanted to go play the game because I miss rhythm games.
Mm.
And now I've been playing a lot of a rhythm game
Mm.
because my goodness, when you spend a significant portion of your life, nice one, patient. When you spend a significant portion of your life being told that in order to play more video games and have more time for you to play video games, you must do an hour of Dance Dance Revolution on the PS2. You're gonna do Dance Dance Revolution on the PS2 with the dance pad. That's
Hmm.
just how it is. And then you go back to rhythm games, and it's like this is my home.
I miss Rock Band. That was that was a really good time.
I never owned Rock Band. I only owned Guitar Hero. I miss Guitar Hero.
Rock Band was better.
Yes, it was.
Just straight up. It got me into drumming.
I played Rock Band at a friend's house before. I'm like, this is a really good game.
Hmm.
I never got it though.
Hmm. I missed that game, and that's a game I would basically never be able to play again. It makes me sad. Oh well.
hmm
Uh, yeah, but that's basically. And I've been listening to the Metal Gear Rising soundtrack, the vocal tracks. That's just that's some good cheese music, is what that is.
Yeah.
It's just solid. Good for writing fight scenes too. Also, go figure.
Always good to find good music for fight scenes.
Hmm.
So when I'm like, it's a skill that I used when I was, writing fanfics. It's a skill that I use when I'm planning things out in Dungeons and Dragons. It's like I need good music.
Hmm. It's hard to go wrong with rules of nature.
Rules of nature.
There's a reason it's a meme. It's that good. Yeah, that's pretty much all I got. We did have Slicer for a second, but he's fucked off. I don't know what's going on. Patient, are you with us?
I am. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Good. Well, for my week, or for my time since the last podcast, are we open for discussing spoilers for Crown Tundra now?
Oh, right. Yeah.
It's been over 2 weeks.
I think that's fine. There's not much story to be spoiled in it. It was
Well
just
then,
it was just when it was very very new. That was just kind of like let's wait.
Yeah. I'm just gonna say maybe skip ahead. Let's say 5, maybe 10 minutes. if you don't want to hear about it.
Mm-hmm.
We'll try and say Pokemon every 20 words or so to make sure everyone's aware. Still.
Well, first of all, I was right. In the end, I was right about them including Keldeo in this game.
Pokemon.
Keldeo, being a Pokemon that was one of those mythics that was like an event only, now available in the DLC, which is nice.
Pokemon.
Makes only the third time that they've released a mythical Pokemon so that you can obtain it in normal gameplay.
Pokemon.
Oh, Casey, I think you can stop.
I'm being conscientious. Pokemon.
You can get a lot of the legendaries in, like, I believe most of them in Sword and Shield Crown Tundra, which is nice. And the whole Dynamax Adventures, which I've done a lot of, has such a high bonus to you getting a shiny as well.
Not to mention the fact that you don't have to go through the normal hassle of catching a Pokemon, a legendary Pokemon. That is to say, counting to 3 100 times.
Yeah, so with Dynamax Adventures, you have a 100% catch rate.
Uh-huh.
Of Pokemon.
Yeah.
And yeah, the one thing that I don't like, though I will admit it's encouraging me to maybe buy Sword, partly because I'd like to play through the adventure again, is that you can only choose one of the new legendary Pokemon in 2 of the 3 sections of the Crown Tundra. For the legendary birds, and I'll take a second to say, Psychic Articuno fighting Zapdos and Dark Moltres. Interesting choices.
And they're all flying as well.
Yeah.
Or except for the Zapdos isn't flying, yeah?
I think it's still flying. It just
Oh, okay, yeah, because I remember it was a
fly.
ground bird. Yeah.
It's a road runner, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Mimi. Pokemon.
Mimi. Zap that.
Lightning fast.
Did you look at the new Reggies as well?
Yeah, I went for Regidrago.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just don't like how you can only choose the dragon one or the electric one.
It's annoying, especially because in order to get Regigigas, you need both.
You what?
Yes.
I shouldn't be surprised. Why?
So,
Why?
the advice I would give is if somebody has Regieleki or Regi that you know, have them lend it to you so you can go get Regigigas and then register it in your and just send it back.
The only person I know of who has a copy of Sword or Shield is my sister-in-law, and she made every single selection that I did. She chose Grookey as her starter, she chose Ice as her horse, and she chose Dragon as her Reggie. And no, we didn't discuss anything of that sort. We just apparently have similar personalities.
Well, I'd say maybe poke around the Discord, see if anybody has one.
That's a good idea.
Just so you can borrow it at least to get the Gigas and to get the Dex entry.
Yep.
But Regidrago is really great. So it's a Dragon type Reggie for the one of the Titan type Pokemon, and it has a unique ability called Dragon's Maw, which increases the power of Dragon type moves by 50%.
In addition to the normal stab?
Yes.
So does that mean it's increased by 75% altogether, or by 100%?
I don't know the full math here, but I do know that it does a crap ton of damage. It just breaks down walls easily. especially with its signature move, which is Dragon Energy, which does 150 power with 100% accuracy. It does less damage based on how much damage they've taken, but at full HP, that's 150 power move with stab and dragon's maw on top of it.
So it does. It's sort of a reverse water spout. It does more damage to the opponent based on how much HP the opponent has.
No, based on how much HP the user has. Sorry.
Oh, okay. So it's like water spout.
Yes, it's like water spout.
Okay.
So it's 150 times current HP over max HP is the equation.
That's fair. So I focused more on catching than actually training at the moment, and I still am. I've sort of moved on again from Shield at the moment for some other games. I've revisited Persona 5 because I'm determined to get the Platinum Trophy on that. And at this point, there's only one trophy left before I get the Platinum one.
5 normal or 5 royal?
Normal. Royal is so much easier.
Yeah, Royal's very easy to platinum. I platinumed it, and I normally never platinum anything.
Yes, well, there's only one obstacle left for me platinuming Persona 5, the regular. Or maybe I should say it's 2 obstacles. You know what I mean. You know who I mean. At this point, I've gotten to the 7th palace, the one of pride. I mean, I'm talking around, like, spoilers at this point, but I'm pretty sure everyone already knows, but still. At this point, it's just grind until I can defeat the final bonus boss. Back on the subject of Crown Tundra, or was there anything else? I'll just say, I liked the character of Calyrex. I liked the little adventure that you had with him.
I liked getting an instance where a legendary actually is able to talk to you.
Yes.
Using words.
Mm-hmm. I like his design. I love how you can combine him with another Pokemon in a way that's a lot more natural than what you see with Necrozma and what was the other one? Kyurem?
Yes. It felt like, oh hey, this is the steed of the king, you know?
Yes. And I mean, it seems like they were going all out for a royal sort of thing. I mean, sword, shield, armor, crown, steed. I think that's the whole outfit at this point.
Yes, they were focused on kings and kings of the past as well, with the whole myths and legends of the main story.
It was too simple, but I still liked it overall. There are so many more for me to catch at this point, though.
Gotta catch them all?
Yeah, I'm going to try, certainly.
I'm not. I've played this game series for far too long, and I've caught so many and gone through the efforts of transferring and given up transferring at different points. I think I'm good. I know my brother's trying to catch them all, though, and have like a living dex.
I'm not aiming for living dex myself, but it would be interesting to see.
He just deafened himself.
Pokemon.
Pokemon.
Yeah. Yeah. So let's Pokemon.
The Crown Tundra is a pretty substantial piece of DLC. I did beat it recently. I don't think I because we didn't have a podcast last week. I didn't get to mention it. It is okay.
Is it more Pokemon?
Yes.
Well, there you go then. If you want more Pokemon, buy the Pokemon DLC.
Like, you can go and you can catch things. It adds fun new side mode with the Dynamax Adventures. It's actually a little bit more complex than I was anticipating, because you're using rental Pokemon and you can swap out for different rental ones, and you can use the ones that you catch as your new Pokemon, and your HP doesn't restore between battles. So the Dynamax Adventures just, I don't know, it feels very fun to do with friends.
I'm sorry. I must have accidentally hit the mute and deafen button on my end. What was the last thing you heard from me?
We were talking about
the adventure you have with a character whose name I've forgotten, and then I think that was the last thing.
Yeah, I'm not. I was trying to fill the space by talking about the Dynamax Adventures. So,
well, anyway, what I said after moving on from the subject of Pokemon was that I had this whole last week off with pay, but I head back tomorrow.
All right.
Yeah.
I do get Wednesday off with pay for Veterans Day, so that's nice.
Right. 11th. Yep.
Yes.
Remembrance Day in this country, but yes.
Mm-hmm. But having this week off has made me understand just how draining this job has been for me, and not really sure how much I would like to go back to it. So I think I'm going to stick around for at least another month so that I can claim my Christmas bonus. I'm way too close to that to not stick around for it. It's given in the first week of December rather than near the end, so. But after that, I know of a big and tall clothing store and an indoor water park that are both hiring right now. So I'm probably going to try walking away from this job again at the end of this year.
Yeah, just remember the rule. Always, it's fine to look for other work, but always get it lined up first.
Of course. Of course, the clothing store I mentioned is very, very desperate for new hires, so I'm not going to take any chances, mind you, but it would be, I think, a safe bet to leave and then apply. I'm not going to, just saying I probably could.
Yeah. Always good to hedge your bets, though.
Yes. Not much else going on. The I think it still turned out well. Not as well as it could have, but we may or may not revisit it next year, flesh it out, and expand it more. Maybe. Probably not, based on what Somniac is thinking, but we'll see. And as for the Decks of the World Part 2, showing the rest of the crew, well, we might be publishing that later today.
Cool. I mean, this won't come out until Tuesday, so it'll probably be out already, but, I say this won't come out until Tuesday. That might be optimistic based on my release history, but if you want to read that, you can probably read that right now, audience. Probably. No promises.
Oh, probably. Almost certainly, I think. We're almost done. Working on it as we speak. And beyond that, I found a few good fics to recommend. So, is there anything else? Well, over the past couple of weeks, my sister baked several my sister-in-law baked several pumpkin pies. My mother made banana pudding, and I made a giant peanut butter cup.
Oh. I ate so much candy. I shouldn't have eaten that much candy after how much I had worked to lose all that weight, but I ate so much candy.
What else were you going to do with it? Give it to trick-or-treaters?
No. We bought 2 bags of Reese's cups.
Yeah.
And like a bag of just mix of like M&Ms and Skittles and Starbursts and Kit Kats and Twix. Watched Halloween.
Which Halloween?
Both. When I say both, I mean the original and then the new.
The remake.
Yeah. Well, it's not a remake; it's a sequel.
And I think that's about all that I have.
I do have one more thing that I should mention now. I guess if anyone cares, I don't know. I have a new commission that I'm starting very soon. Like, I just got payment for it, so I will be starting that, and it will be out whenever it's out.
Okay.
So that's cool.
What's the fandom?
That's okay. So the premise is Danmachi, but take out basically everything about Danmachi.
So basically, the characters in a different setting, or
nope,
or
other way
around.
They're all
okay. New characters in the same setting.
Yes.
That sounds pretty good, honestly.
Yep. It is going to be a multi-cross, the gods, which I will take from... let me try and remember the list of things I'm going to take them from. It's going to be Hades, obviously, because I totally haven't been trying to convince my commissioners to let me do a backdoor crossover to Hades. Absolutely not. That's ridiculous. Why would you even accuse me of that? It was Hades. It was Fate Go. Persona.
Okay.
Which is basically I'm gonna have like the personas users as the stand-in for their deities that they end up controlling. And History's Strongest Disciple, Kenshi, because weirdly enough that actually fits. Kenichi, whatever.
No, I think he meant Kenshi.
Same difference. I feel like he'd do okay in the setting, but yes, they have characters that name themselves for gods, so that fits. And then just a bunch of other crossover characters to stand in as the adventurers, and an OC as the protagonist, because it's a commission, and that's how we do. So, yeah, it's going to be a bunch of XPs of Dragon Ball characters, Naruto characters have been mentioned, and others that I forget the source of.
This sounds like a massive undertaking of characters.
Could be. Could be fun. Looking forward to it.
Well, it gives you a lot to work with.
Yeah, that's kind of the idea. Like, I know fuck all about Danmachi. I know the gods descend. I know some of them are assholes. Most of them are female. And there is a dungeon that people try and... It's basically magic stone mining in the dungeon.
I read the Danmachi novels for a bit, till eventually I just lost interest.
Yeah.
One of the
Hestia
things
is
I really did
adorable.
like,
The protagonist is the son of Zeus and is bullshit because he's a light novel protagonist.
yeah, the thing I really liked about it was the setting and the way it was, um, built to be. I don't remember much about it, but I remember liking the setting a lot. So using that setting and putting other characters in it is probably for the best.
Yeah. So that's a thing I'm going to be doing in
Cool.
the coming weeks. So we'll see how that goes. It's from the same guy that commissioned the DXD and Code Geass crossover. So that unfortunately is falling on the back burner for a little bit, but still, should be a cool project. And the guy is a cool guy that asked me to do it. Well, I may have prodded him in certain directions because I don't know anything about Danmachi. Like, that's my real problem there, is I don't know anything about Danmachi. I don't really want to learn because the things I know about it I don't really like. So, if we could turn that into something a little more palatable, that'd be cool.
Go wiki diving, it's popular.
Actually, the wiki for Danmachi is kind of shit, to be perfectly honest with you. I looked at it and tried to find out some stuff. It's not good. Yeah, but he's also been kind of floating the idea of Dragon Ball stuff as well, and it keeps getting put on the wayside. So it's like, okay, why don't we do a crossover and kill two birds with one stone kind of thing? So,
all right.
Yeah.
I mean, you do accomplish more with two skilled writers brainstorming than just one. Or
I don't know if he's a writer.
Well, two people with good ideas then.
Yeah. Yeah, he does have good ideas. So yeah. Yeah, but that's all I got now. I'm done. That was. I'm glad I got to talk about that, but that's all I got.
All right. So is the next bit recommendations or Patreon?
Recommendations. Patreon is how we close if we're doing it. Yeah.
Yes.
All right. Let me see. I've got one here.
Okay.
This is no surprise, of course, a Persona 5 Royal fanfiction. It is called Rig the Game Royal. The premise is that, well, of course, in Persona 5, the normal series, we have Akira Kurusu, Joker.
Mm-hmm.
He is the last one standing against Yaldabaoth, as in the last completely. Everyone else, and I mean everyone else, has fallen. But he still manages to muster enough defiance to put an end to Yaldabaoth. But there's nothing left for him aside from the Velvet Room with Igor and Lavenza there. His world and the people in it can't be restored, but Igor gives him the consolation of using what he has now to try rigging the game in a different world, similar to his. So he's basically sent to three. 3 years before the start of the main story of Persona 5. Royal, that is. with the role of the trickster being played by a girl named Rem Amamiya. And Akira, in this setting, basically becomes someone pulling the strings from outside to try rigging the game in the trickster's favor against Yaldabaoth.
So he basically becomes the good guy's person who's spoilers.
Like the Velvet Room attendant? Not so much.
No, I mean he's the good guy equivalent of the secret bad guy.
The equivalent of... No, far from it. I mean, he's front and center. He's attending Shujin Academy. But he's more of a trickster mentor sort. No pun intended. But he basically stays in the background. They don't know that he can access the metaverse in his human form. And in his metaverse form, well, that would be spoiling things a bit, I think.
Okay.
So I'll just leave it at that. It's a long, well written and it's a well written story that was updated relatively recently. It's got well established. That's what I meant to say. It's well established with 31 chapters at the moment. So I would definitely recommend taking a look at it. I'm planning to add it to, if it's not already on the Fanfic Rex page on TV Tropes, I'm planning to add it to it as soon as, I finish organizing the Rex page in the first place.
Okay. Do you have any other recommendations, Patient? You said you had more than one, I think.
I do, but I think I'll leave the rest for another time.
Alrighty. As I said then, we'll end with... So the last thing people remember is us being grateful to our patrons.
Thank you very much for everybody who donated to us on Patreon. I do want to thank everybody who donated. Even we're in trying times with everything, so it's just very kind of you.
Christmas is coming up.
Sailor,
so.
yeah. Sailor of House Thunderbird, thank you for your $2 donation. And your nice message that you sent for Kenshi. Once we get in contact with Kenshi, I'll actually relay that message. Because they sent a very nice message about how they've supported Kenshi over the years, and they think Fandom Flux is pretty dope too.
Oh.
But I'll relay that to Kenshi once we can get in contact with him properly. Yeah. Thank you, Vale, for your $10 donation. It was a $1 donation. They've been doing it for, I think they're charged twice. Thank you for Sailor. Thank you, Buyfresh, for that $20 donation. Thank you, Ryu, for that $3.50.
Don't say it like you knew all along.
No, but now that I know, I'm just like, that's great. Thank you, Greek Guy, for that $1 donation. Thank you, Ethan F, for that $10 donation. Thank you, Bomber BCM, for that $20 donation. Thank you to the Crossbrain for that $10 donation.
Of course. And
thank you to Troper for that $5 donation. Still going strong. 6 years and 2 weeks later. Or 6 years and a month now, actually. Yeah. I was looking at the charge date, but yes. Gosh, thank you all very much for donating on Patreon. If you wish to donate to just help us out, or you like us, you want to give us a tip, the link for that should be in the description below. If you want to access our Discord, there is a link in the description below if you want to talk to us about redeeming your rewards for your donations.
I tuned out for a second. Is he doing the intro? Outro?
I'm talking about the Patreon, and if they want to redeem the rewards that they get, they can contact us through Discord, which the link is in the description
Yeah, I'm just saying, it
of the
sounded a lot
video.
like.
I'm not doing the outro.
Mm-hmm.
I'll save that special privilege for you, my liege.
Well, thank you very much.
Yeah, no. Okay, so that's the end of the episode. Buttholes. Yeah, so Patreon is a thing that's cool and we'd appreciate it and stuff. Discord, link in the description where we talk about shit and people are mean to me. So bye everybody.
My family's still yelling about sports. Bye.